about the wonderful art form that is spoken word poetry. And joining me right now is Walla, one of Melvin's students, and a really, really talented spoken word poet. So, Walla, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Happy New Year. Now, the interesting thing about you is you were one of the people who was privy to go to Los Angeles and actually go to the spoken word poetry. So, you know, again, the art form of spoken word on Guam has really taken off because of people like Melvin, and like a lot of people are so into it, and it's a great way to express themselves. But now that you've actually seen it on the mainland level and everything, what was that whole experience like?
It was a very good experience, actually. It's a life-changing experience. Just being surrounded by 500 youth poets who share the same passion as you is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. It's something that I'm never going to forget in my entire life. Mm-hmm. It's an experience that not a lot of kids have the opportunity to actually experience. So
and it's actually a very productive and a very positive atmosphere.
That's
it's everybody just exchanging ideas, and
not only that, it's also just also learning from each other and being conscious of where you're from and your culture roots. Mm-hmm.
Now, on that note, of course, you know, like a lot of Guam spoken word poets, you know, they express in their art, like, you know, the nature of our people having to, you know, stand up for what we believe in and honoring our culture and our language and our faith. What was the theme of a lot of the poetry you heard in the States?
It was more like personal issues, because poets only write what they know, is what they know. So
sure. Mm-hmm.
Usually just personal experiences most.
Mm-hmm. And was there anything that you were able to take away from your experience that you can incorporate into your own art?
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot. Mm-hmm. on how to write good poetry, the basis, where to start from, how to end it, how to use metaphors. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that go into when you're writing a poem, and I learned a lot there. So
how maybe was their delivery also, you know, was the speed, or, you know, they speed up, slow down, the cadence, you know, the tempo and everything like that?
It was phenomenal.
Did that have an influence on you?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. I've never seen it before. And it's just the transition and the precision of the poets out there were just, you kind of knew that they took a long time practicing.
Now, of course, this is something that everybody has in each and every one of us, you know, the ability to want to, you know, you may not necessarily want to do it in an aggressive fashion, but you may want to say, this is how I feel about Guam, or, you know, this is what I've got feeling inside me and everything. So how would you encourage people that maybe don't necessarily know how to channel that kind of information and everything? How can they get involved in spoken word?
Just write. Change starts with a single word. All you need to do is write, you know. And if you want to say it out loud or keep it to yourself, it's up to you, but just write. That's all I got to say.
I think it was Sigmund Freud who probably believed that getting it out would probably be more therapeutic for your soul, but, you know, that's another interview, another day. Okay, so what is most of the poetry that you develop and everything? What themes does it deal with? And
usually personal experiences too. Military buildup, my dog passing away, my mother not being there. You know, there's a lot of stuff, poverty, culture, stuff like that.
Can you give us a little sample, like maybe a couple stanzas of some of your best work?
You'd have to wait. Come to the Poetry Slam and you'll see.
Okay, that is a great businessman right there. Encouraging people to go to the product.
Come to the Poetry Slam and you'll see what we're all about.
Okay, well, what is some of the best writing that you've ever done? Has it been like something that's developed over a long period of time, or is it just something that, you know, you observe something and boom, it just hits you and you come up with something?
Just free writes. I do free writes when I see something and I have an idea, but my best writings usually come out of nowhere. My best ideas come out of nowhere. And it takes a really long time to write a good poem. So, I mean, a good poem is not going to be written overnight, you know. It needs to be revised and fixed, basically.
Okay, and then of course, you know, one of the benefits about traveling to the mainland and interacting with other people like that is the ability to network and everything. So are there people that you befriended over there and that you keep in touch with, and you guys? Oh,
there's a lot of poets. I mean, I know people from Texas, Ann Arbor, New Mexico, New York. You know, it's unbelievable.
Well, speaking of New York, you probably got to go out to the East Coast and see how they do things as well, and then you get a real good
represent.
Okay, well, speaking of representing, thank you for representing the island of Guam out there.
Thank you.
All right, we're in good